So this is my case study on Mike Schmidt from Five Nights at Freddy's. Struggling to keep a job, Mike Schmidt takes on the job as a nighttime security guard at an old out-of-business pizzeria and family fun center. Based on the Five Nights at Freddy's FNAF video game franchise, the movie has a more story-based approach than the games. Mike faces, much like in the games, killer animatronics that come to life at night. While battling the grief of his lost brother, he finds out there is a link between this pizzeria, the animatronics, and his brother's death. While he wants to find out what happened to his brother, he puts his sister in harm's way. So, Mike is a male and he's in his 20s. His age was never specified in the movie, but based on just the age of his younger sister, I would assume that he is not that old himself. So he has anxiety, he's impulsive, he gets aggressive, and he's obsessive. So Mike shows these issues early on in the movie when he lashes out at a customer as he works as a small security guard. He beats a man who had taken a child away, thinking the man was abducting the child, but was mistaken. The man was the child's father. I recommend Mike has PTSD. The traumatic event can be re-experienced in various ways. Commonly, the individual has recurrent, involuntary, and intrusive recollections of the event. The emphasis is on recurrent memories of the event. They usually include intrusive, vivid, sensory, and emotional components that are distressing and not merely ruminative. A common re-experiencing symptom is distressing dreams that can replay the event itself or that are representative or thematically related to the major threats involved in the traumatic event. And I found that in the DSM-5, whatever, Mike often relives the moment of his brother being kidnapped through his dreams. He takes sleeping pills, sets up nature sounds, and puts up a picture in front of him of Nebraska, where the event took place. This opens up a mystery for him to try and find his brother. In the next slide, I included a poster of Nebraska. This is um I don't think it's the exact poster. I think it's pretty close to the poster in the movie. So little is known about his family. His brother was abducted at a camping trip soon after his father died. His mother left him and his little sister. In his adult life, his aunt pesters him, but he isn't fit to take care of his sister. His aunt is known to be miserable and tries her hardest to set him up to fail. When it comes to dealing with his mental health issue, he uses dream therapy to re-experience his trauma, purposely setting up his sleep schedule so he can dream of his traumatic event and try and uncover details that may help him find his brother. For treatment, I'd suggest that Mike uses brief eclectic psychotherapy. Overall gist of this treatment is that Mike would be asked to talk about the event and he can bring things with him to the session that reminds him of the event. As homework, he'd be encouraged to write letters to whoever he finds responsible for the event. This would be a healthy way for him to let out his aggression and anger that he feels for the person responsible. At the end, Mike will think about the things he learned about himself through the event, and he will discuss how those things relate to the trauma he experienced. I included some references, of course, the American Psychiatric Association, the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders, which is from this slide from this year I used looking up PTSD. And of course, I also included the brief eclectic psychotherapy, just a link where you can visit and and read more about that. Now I need to figure out how to stop the recording.